Okay, time to start stripping a Fabia again. The parts car has now ran out of MOT. This was the one that was literally bought to be a donor, but Dad bought it with 6 months MOT on it, so ran it for 6 months. To be fair, I did as well. I used it when that car was off the road, or I needed something different, I guess. I don't know. I can't even remember why I used it. I think it was when that was off the road, and my Volvo was off the road, and my van was off the road. But yeah, it's gonna get stripped now. As I mentioned, interior and everything is absolutely perfect in it when it's in focus. There we go. It's such a weird car because the bodywork is absolutely horrific, but the interior and the engine are literally like new. It's in such good clean condition inside, and everything works. Everything's original. It's great, honestly. I don't understand because yeah, then you see the outside, and it's not like all the paint's peeling off. The number plate is held on with some like medical tape that Dad used because the plate fell off, and that happened as well. The sills are non-existent, as you can see. I mean, there is sills there, but I think they're literally held together with hopes and dreams and a bit of mud. And yeah, I'm quite surprised someone even managed to weld that. It's got standard base model wheels on it, even though it is an Elegance. That was just because the tyres were knackered, so we stuck some wheels on off another Skoda that we had. And yeah, just kept it legal. It's been, someone's backed into some in there, which killed that parking sensor. So yeah, that's the only thing that doesn't work is the parking sensors. But yeah, it'll be a good parts car. This sill, I actually put a hole in it. Well, dented it upwards. Where was it? Just there. That was completely unintentional. I was jacking it up when we were doing the engine work, and the jack just went straight through the sill. So yeah, but moving on to the engine, it's in good nick. It's PD 100. What's the code? It's not ATD. It's the next one. And my brain stopped. Can't remember now. Can't actually remember now. But it's the PD 100 with a slightly different emission control on it. AXR, there we go. It's an AXR. My friend and I, about 3 weeks ago, pulled the head off it and did the head gasket, put PD 150 head bolts into it, done away with EGR, and put a new thermostat in. Just making sure it's all running happy. And it is, like the cam and everything's in great nick. There's no wear on it. You can even still see the cross hatching on the piston bores. So despite the rest of the car, the engine has been looked after. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but it is absolutely wrecked as far as cars go. It's really not in good condition. So most of it, as I mentioned, is going to go into that and build the ultimate weird Fabia PD 100 Fabia saloon in Elegance trim. I think that'll be pretty cool. So this, as I mentioned, it will gain air conditioning, cruise control, heated seats, all the nice stuff, and various other fun bits and pieces. The rest of the car, the stuff that's being kept, is in my van. You can see there's the headlining for the saloon, which a member of this group has actually recovered because we bought it off him. and I've just fitted lights into it, as you can see there. Well, did that a few days ago. Carpets and saloon specific parts in there that are being kept. But yeah, it's good condition. Shells all cleaned, as I've mentioned. Cleaned it all, just snow foamed the absolute heck out of it and pressure washed everything. Yeah, pretty good. So this car, I'm gonna probably pull the engine out today, get it lifted right up like that one, and start stripping it down over the next few days. Could probably do it in about 2 days, but I'm not going to be working on it straight flat out, because I've got other jobs and stuff going on as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a spare time thing, you could say. So there we go. That's pretty much what's going on at the moment. And that's a load of parts that came out of that, basically scrap, apart from this rear bumper, which is one that I managed to find on eBay, which is off an estate and has parking sensors in it, because as I mentioned, this will be getting park assist or whatever you call it fitted in. And yeah, estate rear bumpers are completely different. Well, estate and saloon, which are the same, these rear bumpers completely different to the hatchback. So yeah, I don't know why I do it, but I really enjoy it. Okay, so the engine's ready to come out of the donor car now. Everything's disconnected as far as I'm aware, and anything I forgot to disconnect, well, I'm about to find out it's tensile strength. And yeah, all has gone pretty well. So just gonna hook the engine hoist up and loosen all the mounts and stuff, so it should be pretty good. It's all pretty straightforward. I will be replacing these sort of engine mounts and stuff because they're pretty toast. Like, there's a lot of movement in these when you're driving the car. It really does not feel very good. So just need to hook this to there. Okay, I'm joking. Don't hook that to the fuel line. Bad idea. There is lifting points on these. One's here at the back, and the other one is over there, right there actually. So put some bolts across that, and then loosen the mounts, lift it off. Well, lift it out, and then it'll end up going into there, but not straight away. I'm going to put a new clutch in it and clean some bits up. Replace that pipe there because that is really not good. That's the main water feed that goes around the engine. It goes to, where does it go to again? Oh yeah, runs along here and goes down the back. Can't really see it. You guys can see it about as well as I can, but once it's out, we'll be able to see better. Then yeah, once the engine's out, I can start pulling various other bits and pieces that I needed. It'll be like the silver car. I'll take the engine out, then I'll start stripping the underneath stuff. Everything will get put into a big pile, and yeah, that's it. And then I can start on the interior and their wiring and get all that stuff out, like I did with this. So yeah, stay tuned for more weird Fabia stuff. Okay, so not done an update for a few days, due to the fact, well, I've just been working away at it, to be fair. I haven't recorded everything on this car because, well, it's just the same as that one, which you can see in the other video. But yes, the engine is now out, as you can probably tell. It's buried in this stuff, actually. There it is. Yeah, engine's out, engine bay, wiring loom is out, the subframe and everything I've took off. Yes, there is a subframe on it. That is actually the one off this car. I did that just to keep it rolling, so I can get it out of the workshop easier. But yeah, the original, well, the new subframe, the diesel one, is within this stuff somewhere. Got all the brake lines and everything off underneath. Fuel tank. As you can see under here, that oil cooler is absolutely wrecked, so that stayed on. Yeah, that's not good. It's been badly bashed. Also, the return line, I've bent them like that just so it's didn't leak, but the return line was actually crushed, as you can maybe see just here. So that's not good. Surprised it actually ran as well as it did. But I've got another fuel cooler to go in. Yeah, not much else under there really, because it's all come off. I had to take the full brake lines off due to the fact the ABS pump on this car is different to this one, and the electrics are all different, so this one's going to have to come off and will get replaced with the ABS system from that car. Just this one being older, it's an older generation ABS pump. So brake lines are here, that's the rear ones, which I'll need to fit to this, and all the other ones are, you can't really see them, but they're in this red box which is just full of random bits and pieces that I took off. So intercooler, air conditioning things, pretty much everything is stripped out of here now. So the next job is the interior. We've got all the dash and everything to come out as well. Literally the only thing in this car that is not going to get used, by me anyway, is the headliner and the rear pillar trims. Basically everything from the back seats onwards, you could say, it's all different, and so is the headliner, which is hilarious because this headliner is in absolutely pristine condition. I'll probably sell that, but yeah, all the dash and everything's going to go into there. All the wiring behind said dash, wiring looms, seats, maybe the carpet actually, because this is actually quite a nice one. So on and so forth. So yeah, pretty good. Got the tow bar to come off as well, because this has a very rare factory detachable tow bar, as you can see there, behind here. So it's going to come off. This will get painted and fitted into the other bumper, and that's pretty much it. Then I'll just take off the bits I can sell and salvage, and then it will be going for scrap, unfortunately. Well, I say unfortunately, it's extremely rotten, like very, very rotten, I discovered. The sills and everything, which if you've watched the videos before you'll know about, but yeah, it's actually gone into the floor pans as well, so I'm expecting to see rust when I lift the carpet. So very, very bad. But that shell is not like that, it's actually really good. Bit of rust down there and at the other side, which is fine, can fix that. And in the spare wheel well, again, can fix it. Otherwise, yeah, it's all good. Well, that's the interior coming out. All the carpet and seats and side trims and everything are now out of it. Exposing the wire and loom. As you can see, part of it there just runs along the side to the front, it runs along there. There's a bit of wiring over there as well. With this being an Elegance, it has quite a substantial amount of wiring in it compared to the base models. Incidentally, for those interested, your loom runs in the opposite side for left-hand drives. It is literally mirrored, because I have stripped the left-hand drive model as well, and yeah, your main wiring runs along that side. Probably already knew that, but bit of info again. But yeah, this car's actually really badly rotten. Put the light on, you can see the floor. That's been pushed up. Now, I'm not entirely sure what's gone on here, but You would say the car's been driven over something, because yeah, the floor has been shoved upwards. I mean that, as I showed before, the fuel cooler is really badly bent, and yeah, it's all pushed into the floor, caused the floor to rot. There. I mean, it's wet in here because it's a Fabia and they all have leaking door seals unless you fix them, but it's not in the best condition, but that's okay. Just the wiring to come out now. My friend helped me put the rear axle back on, which means I can then get the car out of here easy enough. Carpet, which is in really good clean condition actually, that's going to be kept because that's, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I would use that in another car. Same with the headliner, as I mentioned, they'll be getting saved. So yeah, I've got the wiring, which runs, as I mentioned, all along here and behind there. Got all that to lift up, bundle up and shove to the front, because the loom comes out with the dashboard. So it's actually quite a good design in all honesty, I quite like it. As you can see with that one, that's all the loom that came out of that car, and it's all attached to the dashboard. Again, makes assembly so much quicker in the factory, and if you know all these little tricks, makes disassembly a lot quicker and easier. So yeah, pretty good. Well, that is the rest of the useful bits taken out of the car. We've got the dashboard brace with the column and everything on it, the HVAC AC unit, all the wiring, which I've just laid out because I'm going to bundle it up just to make it easier to put into the new car. Which is yeah, pretty good actually. That's more or less everything off now. Probably a few other little bits and pieces here and there, but yeah, it's very well stripped. Still got the rear door cards to come out obviously as well, and that's about it realistically. So it was a bit more difficult getting this panel out than it was the one out of that car, mainly because the AC unit and everything is a bit heavier and it's more bulky because the wires are thicker, so you don't have as much space to get into stuff, but it's fine, it still came out the same way. So what I need to do now is put the this dash panel here. This one came out of that car. I actually need to fit this back in to this one for the whole reason of it gives me steering, so I can still actually steer the car to get it out of here easier. But that shouldn't be too bad to do. Otherwise, yeah, pretty good. Then that shell can go away for scrap. So yeah, all is going well. That's the dashboard as well from the red car. All that'll be getting reused, just because it's an 06 plate, so it's all facelift compared to this. As I say, not a huge amount of year difference between them, but enough to make some massive differences. So there we go. Okay, so this car is now fully stripped, which was once a Fabia PD 100 Elegance. I still need to take them badges off actually. That kind of reminded me. Yeah, it's fully stripped now. There's literally nothing much left of it. All the insides out. Yeah, all the interior. This dash panel that you can see, this is actually from that vehicle, the saloon. And the reason I've fitted it into this car is just to keep the steering so I can move it out easier. So yeah, really not much left. Even cut the spare wheel well out of it because it was in really good condition, so I can use that as well as other bits, body cuts for repairing Fabias, as you can see there. So yeah, really not much to take off of it now, apart from those. So we've got over here piles of crap, but useful crap. This is all the parts from that car. Got all the bits in that box. Front slam panel, body cuts here that I mentioned, sections of the floor, because these parts here, they are quite rusty on this car, as you can maybe see there. Don't know if you can. But the other side's worse actually. Under here, there we go. You can see how bad that is. So yeah, I took some body cuts from that car because it's okay here, in order to repair the saloon. I've got all the carpets and everything. Again, all that's going to go in. The dash panels, all the plastic, steering column, heating and air conditioning bits, all in here. So all the plastics, the nice dash, facelift dash. Yeah, door glass because it's tinted. Brake lines, just literally everything that I need to put onto this vehicle. Had to change the brake lines because that one being a newer Fabia, a facelift, the ABS system's different, which is bloody annoying, but never mind. Yeah, and that is the spare wheel well that I mentioned, because it's oops, it's in great condition. Like, that will definitely be good for repairing stuff. This one has a rusty spare wheel well, but I'm just going to make my own little patches up for them. I'm going to just cut that out and weld fresh metal in. I'm not going to chop that up just for that. So yeah, this car has definitely been viable, useful for parts. As I say, there's really not much left of it now, so I'm just going to start throwing rubbish into it, and that'll be it.